Patch 13.8 just dropped, and with it new reworks in Oxforce losing their invulnerability, hackers being nerfed to the ground, as well as some comps that simply refuse to become bad. Here's our top 5 comps for you guys to play. Starting off, we have a team hungry of ultimate casts with the Mana Maniacs. It's a full Star Guardian comp that wants you to play Neeko, Echo, Kai'Sa, Garen, Misfortune, Neela, Rel and Lux. As a default leveling comp, you want to save up your gold and stabilize during level 7 by activating your 6 Star Guardians. Neeko is your main carry who you want to load up with 1 item for mana, 1 item for damage and 1 for sustain. So your best options are Spear of Shojin, Jeweled Gauntlet and Hextech Gunblade. Echo is the other 4-cost Star Guardian that's going to be your traditional tank. He is just as important as Neeko though, so make him as tanky as you can with items like Warmog's Armor, Bramble Vest and Sunfire Cape. And last but not least, you also have the 3-cost Star Guardian unit Kai'Sa. You can literally dump all remaining items onto her as she is super flexible. In an ideal world though, you want to give her all your bow components that no one else in this comp uses anyways, with items like Static Shiv, Gwynsu's Rageblade and a Giant Slayer. For augments, you can always pick up a Star Guardian Heart, Crest or Crown. For hero ones, you're looking at Kai'Sa's carry or Neeko's support augments. There are also some other good augments to pick for this comp, and if you always want to know which one is the best, you need to use our new augments feature. It shows you live updated stats of each augment you're seeing and even tells you which one is the best choice. So let those stats help you make the right decision and bring them with you into your next game. The link is in the description. You know, we said earlier about some comps that refuse to become bad. Well, Gadgeteen is still here and it's still one-shotting all those backline carries, but only if you don't play him yourself. This is a comp that relies heavily on augments, as you really want that +1 Gadgeteen emblem to make it really tick. Gnar, Annie, Lulu, Poppy, LeBlanc as your Gadgeteen emblem holder, Viego, Shen and Pyke are all the units you want to play for in this one. This is a slow roll comp which wants you to stay at level 7 during stage 4 and 3-star your most important Gadgeteen Gnar. This little Yord will become extremely powerful once you activate 5 Gadgeteen and give him 3 items. But to turn this into a first place comp, you need the ideal items on your main carry. So you want to give Gnar a Bloodthirster first, a Titan's Resolve second, and then finish it off with a Last Whisper. Annie is your second most important Gadgeteen, as she's the one holding all defensive items in the front line. For her, you can go for anything that's made out of a belt, chain vests or cloaks. Finally, you want to give that +1 Gadgeteen emblem to LeBlanc to be able to play 5 Gadgeteen at level 7 whilst also still slow rolling for Gnar. For hero augments, Gnar's Temper Tantrum or Nunu's carry augment are no-brainers, and a Gadgeteen Heart's Crest or Crown is obviously also going to be ideal. Comp number 3 on our list is one that you also might remember from last patch, but is now being played slightly differently. Ezrealities wants you to pick up a team full of InfiniTeams with Ultimate Ezreal, Shen, Fiddlesticks, Twisted Fate, Ezreal, Sivir, Pantheon and Lucian. This time round, you'll play 7 InfiniTeam with the 5-cost Ezreal as your main damage and AD carry. Ezreal will deal the most damage with those ultimates if you go for items like Infinity Edge, Last Whisper and a Hand of Justice. That's 3 gloves, so going for a glove start will ultimately be your best choice here. Then we have Shen, who's really your only viable tank when playing a full team of InfiniTeams. You don't need to really overthink it here, just slam anything defensive such as Warmog's Armor, Bramble Vest and Sunfire Cape. Next to your Shen in the front line, you want to position your 5-cost threat Fiddlesticks. He'll bring some of the best utility with him, and to top it off, he's probably also the best unit to turn into an InfiniTeam. So give him the emblem and then really anything AP like Archangel's Staff or Arnic Spark. For hero augments, go for Pantheon's Chronic Hallucinations, as you may lack some frontline, or any Ultimate Ezreal ones. InfiniTeam Crest or Crown are the most important ones though, because you want to turn Fiddlesticks into your last missing InfiniTeam unit. Next up we have the returning Laserwolf, your Howling Nightmare who's back at it once again. Warwick, Mordekaiser, Garen, Riven, Yasuo, Ashe, Blitzcrank and Renekton will help that wolf do the hacking and slashing. Just like the previous one, this is a default leveling comp, which means you first want to start rolling for a copy of Warwick at level 7 to activate 4 LaserCorps as well as 4 Brawlers. As a carry who brings both your most important synergies to the table, Warwick wants items that keep him alive whilst also making him stronger over time. So Titan's Resolve, Runaan's Hurricane and Edge of Night are what you're going to be looking for here. The second most important unit is your 4-cost tank, Garen. Warmogs and Sunfire will always be your go-to tank items for your frontliner, and then finish off with something like a Bramble Vest. When it comes to leftover AP and mana items, you want to send every tier and rod to your highest cost LaserCorps agent, Mordekaiser. And for augments, any LaserCorps Heart or Soul will not only make this comp stronger, but also way easier to play. For heroes, prioritize Warwick's or Garen's support augments. Finally, the last comp we have for you today is the easiest comp on this list and one that is really fun to play. Win to Win is a very niche and specific build around your main carrying hero, Yasuo. It's an insanely powerful comp that wants you to play supers and duelists with Yasuo, Fiora, Neela, Malphite, Lee Sin and Gangplank. As you probably already guessed, Yasuo is your main focus in this comp, so you want to level up to 6 at stage 3-2 and start your slow roll strategy, as here you'll have the best odds for 2-cost units at that level. Also, since you'll play supers and more than half your team consists of 2-cost units, you might as well try to 3-star as many of those as you can at level 6. As a rule of thumb, 3-starring half of your team is more than enough to get you an almost guaranteed top 4 spot. In terms of itemization, you first and foremost want to make sure that Yasuo is happy. He will genuinely wipe entire enemy boards on his own, and snipe those enemy backline carries like nothing you've ever seen before. The ideal items to go for are Hand of Justice, Jeweled Gauntlet and Titan's Resolve. Your secondary carries in this comp are basically all remaining units you get to 3-star. Just slam any tank or utility items on the 2-cost units you hit 3-star first, whether that's Fiora, Lee Sin or Malphite. When it comes to hero augments, this is where it gets interesting because you only really want to play this comp if you find Yasuo's carry augment called Winds of the Wanderer. If you look at the stats of this augment, you'll know why it's crucial to have. Apart from that, always try to go for any form of featherweights as our carries are of low cost or trade sector to hit your 3-star units twice as fast. On that note, that's going to wrap up our top 5 comps you have to play this patch from our challenger experts. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and let's continue climbing together in set 8.5.